ladies and gentlemen, of course, I guess in the last few days, Ben Stein from Ben Stein's Money and Ferris Bueller was on TV lamenting how he misses Aunt Jemima on the syrup bottle. Now, what I find particularly egregious is that we've just come off a time where Kyrie and Kanye, rightfully so, I think to some degree, were called anti-Semite. But listen to how silent the people are. If you call Kyrie and Kanye anti-Semite for some of the tropes they use, how dare you not say anything about Ben Stein? He basically intimated that it was better when there was a fat, greasy black woman on the bottle. That made him feel good. Let me ask you something. Why is it that so much of what they need to feel good is associated with our pain? It's not just you feeling good. It's that we have to be in agony. It has to hurt us so you feel good. Why do you need these monuments to men who destroyed us, who murdered us, who did experiments on us? Why do you fight so hard for that? Why do you need somebody who's a stereotypical person that brings us nothing but pain and recrimination? Why do you need that to feel good? Pancakes are delicious anyway. I didn't even know the difference the way it tasted by who was on the bottle. And the reason you have these caricatures, these stereotypes, these figures, is because you got to make all of the decisions. You got to decide what someone should look like that made pancakes, or what somebody should look like on a box of rice, or what you should look like when you sell Fritos, or what you should look like when you do a Taco Bell commercial. You were evocative. You got to do whatever you wanted. Why is it that you fight so hard to leave people in agony? Why do you need that? Pancakes are wonderful. I love them. I eat them probably too much. I never needed a trope on the box. I never needed a slave lookalike, a stereotype on the box or the bottle. I never needed. Why do you? Why does Marjorie Taylor Greene say that if I looked up and I saw those Confederate monuments, I'd be proud of how far we come? Why do you need that to feel good about yourself? Why can you only feel good about yourself and your history when it's taken from someone else, when it causes someone else so much pain and agony? Why do you need that? If you need and can only feel good when somebody feels bad, if you can only feel alive if you're hurting someone, that isn't a patriot, that isn't a neighbor, that isn't Ben Stein. That's a serial killer. That's a psychopath. If you need to have all these things to remind you of all the things dastardly things you did, that's ghoulish. If you need to see people in pain or to live off people's agony or to remind people what they've been through, that ain't Ben Stein. That's Jeffrey Dahmer. That's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming in 15 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.